Marlin with Big Boys Gotta Fish, and I'm out here with my friends Brad and JT.
Hi.
We're gonna catch some fish today. You ready, guys? Let's do it.
Yeah. Take part in my life, my love, that is my dream. I just wanna dream, it's what you make it. Always try to give, don't ever take it.
Well, I tried a fluke, which is like a minnow, and I'm gonna try lizard. But I haven't caught a lot on lizards, honestly. But maybe that's about to change. I don't know. I'm definitely less experienced in river fishing than what I would like to claim. I am not being successful yet today. I've tried a Berkeley power worm, purple and black. I've tried a baby bass colored fluke, and I'm trying a super fire colored 6-inch lizard from Zoom. And I'm just trying to cast into areas that are either have submerged stuff or things that are in the way of the current that slow down the current, because sometimes bass will sit behind that and wait for smaller animals or whatever the heck, fish or crawdads, crayfish, whatever you call them. So that way, as the current pulls these smaller animals, creatures, fish, things past it, that they'll get snagged up by the bass, because it's an easy meal if the bass just has to sit there and wait for it. And you know, no success so far, but I'm going to keep trying. I've only tried soft plastics, so I'm about to try top water pretty soon. Well, I have some sad news. The camera was off. I had my line out on the water with my lure on the end, obviously, and I saw a bunch of like thin branches that were in the way. I tried to row my boat past it, and unfortunately I kind of ran halfway into it and my fishing pole got caught on the tree, and so this is the result. This snapped off piece here from the tip, and there's the tip. I'm not very pleased. I definitely can't fix the pole, but I can whittle off this tip part and use it like a little kiddie pole, not pool. So yeah, well, I guess that's my option right now, because this is the only fishing pole I have with me. Brad and JT are way back there, so that gives me some time to sit down and park my kayak somewhere where the water slowed down and work on my little kiddie pole. The thing that's harder with a smaller pole is it's harder to set the hook. So if a bass is on there or any kind of fish is on there, when you want to set the hook, you want to pull upwards on the pole so that it catches the hook in the fish's mouth and pulls upwards. Whereas if the pole is shorter, it's harder to do that because you might not have as long of a reach and it might not be as effective. So I don't know. The odds are stacked against me, but you know, I'm going to persevere. And at the end of the day, I'll probably catch at least 1,000 bass. So I expect nothing less. So, I mean, if you're still watching this, you might want to keep watching, because 1,000 bass is pretty impressive, I have to tell you. So you might want to stay tuned. All right, they're like 100 million miles back now, so I'm going to slow down. They probably noticed that, and now they're going to speed up. So I probably have even less time to jerry-rig this fishing pole. All right, step one is get this part disassembled here. Oh, well, I'm floating down the river, so I guess my options are now changing. Scissors. Great. Here's the tip. Beautiful. Nice. I'm so glad this happened, you know. Nothing like an experience out on the water. Well, life will go on, you know. It's good to have a good attitude, even when life is difficult, because I could be worse. I could be dead or a lot of other bad things that I don't really want to be. So, you know, none of those things have happened right now, so I'm pretty good. So far, I've never died, so that's a good thing. All right, here we go. Fun. Wow, that's a great spot. If I had a fishing pole right now that was working, I would definitely cast in there. but I don't. All right, I'm gonna try to stop my kayak right here. Never mind.
Myself, what a wonderful.
All right. I fell out of the boat, so that's interesting. Well, you win some, you lose some, right? At least I have the GoPro running, so that makes it for an interesting video. Hopefully I don't lose all this stuff. The thing is, I rented this kayak, I'm borrowing this kayak from a friend, and there goes the paddle down there. So, all right, let's see what I find. Trying to chase down my stuff. I've got my fishing license. Got this, and I lost sight of the paddle, which has a flotation. There it is. All right, I'm gonna try to get it because I have my friend's kayak. I have the life jacket. I just need the paddle. I'm almost there. All right, got the paddle. Thank you, Rachel. My friend Rachel lent me this kayak. I'm currently trying not to break my foot with all the rocks under the water here. All right, got it. You know, that could have been a lot worse. I could have lost everything, but I actually survived. All right, now the next step is to get to shore. Uh-oh, I'm losing some stuff. Yeah, I'm good. All right, here we are. Dude, my fishing pole broke. No. Yeah, it got caught in a tree and the current pulled me and it snapped. So I was gonna try to cut off, there was still some rings on the pole that I could cut it down and just use it as a shorter pole. So I was trying to find a spot I could stop at, and then there was current right in front of that log, so it started pulling me under and all the water was pouring in. So I was like, I have to get out of it. I gotta get out before it flips over. Hey, it makes for a great video though, you know? Man, I got most of my stuff, and I got the paddle and the kayak, which is what I borrowed, so I'm not mad. I'm alive. Man, that could have been so much worse. The camera's still rolling. I lost my broken rod, but oh well. Hey, look at that. More stuff I didn't lose. Wow. Dude, that's it. I didn't lose it. Wow, praise God, man. Awesome. I could have lost every single thing. As I was going, I was like, I'm gonna pick this stuff up as I'm going through the water.
I saw something flashing.
Oh man, but this one's not waterproof, so I don't know if it's damaged or not, but.
Where'd you get it from?
I got it online. It's like a cheap action camera. All right. Now all we have to do to cap off the video is catch at least one fish, you know?
Flip it all the way over.
I'm so glad I got the paddle, because I was like, if I don't get that paddle, I'm gonna have to buy a new one. What do you think about this situation, Jameson?
I don't know.
Words from the wise. All right, I think Brad caught a smallmouth up there. So we're gonna go take a look at it because it's the first bass we've caught. Wow, he's a little baby. Man, look at that.
Fish. All right, bye bass.
Let me get out of the way
Tell
here.
your big brother we're here.
Yeah, exactly. This whole area looks so good, but I wish that I could actually sit there and hold still and try, you know, rather than just, you get like one try and then if you don't get anything, you just got to keep trying somewhere else. So I caught this bluegill just now. Look at this tiny guy. So, I mean, yeah, there's my first fish of the day. Woo! You catch him on the spinner? It's a pretty nice smallmouth. Yeah. What do you say?
Big boy's got a fish.
Big boy's got a fish.
Big boy's got a fish. Give it a kiss, Richard.
I didn't expect to see this. All these cows. That one's giving me a dirty look. These cows are like, okay, time to get out of the water. A catfish? Would you catch him on a spinner? What? He's pretty small for a catfish, which means his spines are gonna be sharp probably. That's why. There you go. Get out of here. Yeah, man, that's just a, you could probably get that spinnerbait at Walmart for $1. But I got a huge spinnerbait. That's the only one I have right now. So Brad was catching them on spinnerbaits, and I just caught this guy. This is definitely not a legal catch, but this is my first smallmouth of the year. It's not a legal catch for a tournament or whatever because it's jammed up in his throat, not actually. Wow, I can't imagine how bad of a hook set that is. Alright, that was unnecessary. Alright. Just a little guy, but we've caught him on the spinnerbait. That's my first spinnerbait bass. This is a skinny bear spinnerbait called a big guy. And I actually got this in this month's Lucky Tackle box, the month of June. And let's get him out of here. Nice. Glad he didn't die. We're almost at the pull-out point over there, so I'm gonna cast a few more times and see if I have any luck. Man, I'm thankful that I caught a bass. Well, we're wrapping up and packing up the truck now, so
Gotta get one more cast.
gotta put in a few more. But I mean, it was a good day of fishing. Brad killed it with what, 5 fish?
Yeah, I think so.
5 fish, yeah, and JT helped pull some in with like the catfish.
This little guy right here.
Well, on this little, this is like $1 spinnerbait at Walmart.
That's it.
And I've never caught on a spinnerbait before, so I couldn't have given any advice on that. So Brad really did a great job. And then I used my spinnerbait once, and I showed you guys that earlier. And I caught bass in the short time that we had between further down that coastline and getting over here to where we're pulling out. So yeah, thank you for watching.
You gotta subscribe. You gotta subscribe and you gotta share it. You gotta like it. Big boy's gotta do something.
Big boy's gotta fish. Hey, this is a process for me. I'm learning how to fish. I'm also learning how to do better with YouTube videos and stuff. There's a lot of people better than me, but I feel like every step I take at getting a little better is helpful, and I'm enjoying this hobby of fishing. So hey, if you want to watch me learn how to fish, or if you're learning how to fish as well, go ahead and subscribe or at least follow my videos, and I'll catch up with you guys. If you leave a comment, I'd be glad to respond. And yeah, so I mean, we're about to head out. So what do you say, JT?
I don't know, I'm tired.
He doesn't know he's tired, but we'll see you next time.
What a wonderful